I'm sorry, guys. I'm not able to find the charger.
Well, like I said, we'll figure somebody out that'll move your icon as long as it doesn't get crazy. I mean, where they're moving to.
Right.
Well, my focus is to help Victoria since it's her first session. So I really don't want the responsibility of moving Salazar right now.
No worries.
Normally I'd volunteer and do it, but
Well, you're already doing another person.
Well, Vicky can move herself too right now, I think.
No, but I mean, you're helping another person play.
Yeah.
I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah, I'm hearing echoes.
You're getting echoes?
Yeah, I can hear myself.
It went away now.
Okay. Maybe Annika can move your token, Salazar. I'll ask her when she gets back. And then, because the dude is controlling Toadstool, so I mean, I'd figure Annika's probably the next best one if she'd be okay with that.
I'm here. Yeah, I'll totally do it.
All right, let me
Where's
give you a
Salazar at?
control. I think he's sleeping in the bed in the barracks, the general's chambers. Like to the right
I see him.
of.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, try moving him, see if it works.
Can you see that?
Yeah, he moved.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, so we're good to go. Stream's up, and it looks like, and everything's working. So.
Yeah, the feedback's probably because Victoria's in the next room.
Oh no, I got push to talk on.
But she has a headset on, so I don't know why I'm giving feedback.
I'm not hearing feedback right now. So whatever it was, it sounds like it's been fixed.
Noise.
Yep. Okay, so this is Dungeons and Dragons Nerdonia Part 10. All right. Made it 10 sessions. There was a pretty big gap, but that's because it was the holidays and Mother's Day, and people are doing summer stuff now.
We did it.
We did it. Oh, and technical difficulties. That didn't help either. I mean, if I've learned anything, it's that you should never update the computer because all it does is break things. So, I mean, if you get viruses, that's just a necessary consequence of not updating.
All right, it's been a couple weeks. We may need a reminder.
Agreed.
I see a big old maze.
Yeah, a lot happened like towards the end of the last session.
From what I remember, Ingo went into the chamber and then we ended the session. So there was something cool in that chamber.
Well, she went to another plane of existence, I believe, and then, or at least she's under the assumption. It was the misty area, kind of like when you opened one of the side doors to the red staircase by the red temple room. Only she's not suffocating in it, and then there's some kind of weird maze on the ground, like it's showing. Salazar is recuperating because he's. You still have one constitution, I think?
Yeah, one constitution.
Yeah, you went into one of the doors and it took the fight out of you, I think.
Actually, it was the spears.
Yeah, for people who haven't tuned in yet, Salazar got hit with a door trap, It didn't activate on the way in, but on the way out, it activated. And it was a spear trap with poison. And it murdered him. And we had to use a resurrection potion.
Yeah, the Hall of Death I'm thinking.
It was nasty trap.
In case anybody's missed it, Salazar is a believed paladin that is of the opposed deity or opposed race of whatever these ruins support. So these ruins definitely have it in for him. In case anybody missed that. What is it? Because you're a dwarf or something and they're driders?
Yeah, the drow tend to hate dwarves, so this dungeon has it in for Toad.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
What about Lala and Vivs? I don't remember what happened to them.
I was just waiting outside of the door for you when you went in because we couldn't get past the little teleporty circle things. They wouldn't let us go any further. So we're just waiting for it. Yeah. Me and the bunny are just waiting for you.
We're supporting you from behind. You got this.
So are we starting the game now?
Oh no, we've been live. It's just we're kind of re-explaining to the audience like what all the things that happened towards the end, and then we have
and for Victoria because she's new.
Yeah, we have a new
Sorry?
player. Oh, we have a new player,
okay.
El Reina. Is that how you say it?
Close enough, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it either, but El Reina sounds nice.
We used a random name generator.
Yeah, usually the A and E next to each other make a Y sound, but like having a Y next to a Y sound, it's like a double Y. So, but I assume it's El Urena.
Yes.
Yeah, El Urena sounds right.
So Ingo's in some kind of different plane of existence, like I said, but she's not suffocating like when Salazar messed with the doors. Salazar is trying to recuperate, and then the Lathian Toadstool and oh, I'm forgetting your character's name. Rexulti are in the
Rexulti, yep.
Are in the sacrificial chamber. After Ingo went into the room, also the room that Lalathian Toadstool and Rexulti are in is extremely active with like high-pitched screaming and banshee-like activity, like multiple instances of it.
Did we have that like milky substance that was filling up in the room too that I'm in?
Oh yeah, it was leaking out. You guys heard a bunch. Oh, that's right. You heard a bunch of loud liquid noises and cracking or whatever of like what sounded like cocoons or pods coming from the red temple room, and then all of a sudden there was a gush of like this milky fluid that's basically about ankle deep in the whole dungeon right now. And it's as for El Urena, I'm trying to figure out how to bring you in here. Well, the long and short of it is you were in a dungeon examining some stuff, and you were just getting ready to open the chest, and you thought it was going to end up being a mimic, but what ended up happening is it had like a vacuum basically, and it sucked you into the chest, and now you get splashed out onto the floor in what looks like a workshop of some kind, and you're like I said, it's ankle deep, so it's probably 5 or 6 inches of this milky, sticky fluid.
Oh, dang.
And you're just sitting on your butt, basically, right there. So, and like I said, there's suits of armor and weapons in here, and all your stuff is gone except for your cloak.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's how we're gonna bring it in. And right now, there's 2 double doors that you can see above the red staircase. Can you see that on the map? Is gurgling out all this like milky fluid.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see the map here. Yeah.
Yeah, so out of that room with the red handprint on, that's what we're calling the red temple, and like there's this milky fluid like gurgling out of it.
Toadstool's going to start ritual casting.
What's he gonna cast?
Find familiar that apparently he's had this whole time.
Well, I don't know exactly how the spell works because it's very different each iteration of the edition, but I mean he has his choice of spider if he wants spider.
It's a face spirit that can take on the shape of whatever animal he wants.
Okay.
Wow, they give you choices? They didn't give you as many choices in 3.5.
Yeah, it's not a real animal. It's a face spirit.
Yeah, that's different from 3.5 because in 3.5 they were all like,
Yep.
Birds and cats and stuff like that.
You still have
yeah,
the basic
there was a cat, there was a raven, there was a toad.
You still have the basic templates, but you could change it each day if you wanted.
Oh, so it's like the new mount thing for the paladin. Okay, it's then I guess he can get whatever he wants.
Yeah, but a spider fits. He's in a place for that, so why not?
And they're all over the damn place. So I mean, it's just like a small size spider too. So probably the size of a cat if you want it.
There we go.
Because it's definitely
Toad
bigger
the
than a
cat.
tarantula. I'm sorry, what, Annika?
I was gonna say Toad the cat sounds amazing.
Well, I was thinking fungi.
Oh, you're gonna turn him into a blight druid in his absence? He's just gonna come back and have all these weird abilities?
Toadstool and his familiar fungi.
Oh, there you go. And
So
in
yeah,
this area you're in as well, Ingo, you're moving at about half speed. Like it feels like you're kind of moving through water, basically.
Is it can I see in front of me? Like is it lit the room or is it just pitch black?
It's well you have your dark vision on, so it's like there's the grays and blacks,
Oh.
like you're using dark vision to see. There's hands in the semicircle top part of the room. Also, one thing we forgot, the room left to Toadstool, that's where there's like massive amounts of like chittering and like insect noises coming out of. And Elrena, you're hearing like disgusting noises that sound like something's slurping or drinking at this point, like behind those 2 doors that are closed.
Oh shit, because she's
Oh.
near the red room.
Yeah, I'm right outside it actually.
And it sounds like there's a bunch of things drinking stuff on the other side of the double doors. Like suction noises, basically. And then, like, that milky ooze stuff is just oozing underneath the door.
Which I'm pretty sure is poisonous.
Well, basically, no one's under the effects of poison, but it has the consistency of, like, slime, basically, from, like, Ghostbusters or KY jelly, so to speak. It's, like, tacky. But it does look very similar to the stuff that Salazar got shot with, but, like, nobody's suffering any ill effects. And then, if I remember right, Salazar was staying on the bed because he didn't want to step in it again. Or touch it, I think.
That's fair.
And I think
yeah,
Salazar
I-
also had a mount, right? You had your mount
So
out.
are we making any noise
Yes,
to
I
where
do have
she
a mount.
might know that we're here? I mean, we're a couple rooms away. Salazar, is he like pissing and moaning in bed?
Well, you wouldn't be able to hear him from here unless you started yelling or something. I mean,
Well, not from where I'm at. I'm just asking for Elrena.
I think he was just trying to, before all the liquid spewed out of the door, he was just trying to get sleep, and he had summoned his mount just to watch him in case something tried attacking him while he was sleeping, I think.
So
Actually,
in the room,
I summoned the mount to be able to stay awake instead of falling down and falling asleep. Instead of collapsing and falling asleep. So I had summoned my mount in order to sit on it. So if I fell asleep, I would still be able to stay on it instead of falling down onto the ground.
Oh, so it could get you. All right, I'll
Yeah.
change what it's doing then. All right, and then what were you gonna say, dude?
I was gonna say in this room, Toadstool's definitely making noise because he is performing a ritual to summon a familiar. So
Are
definitely
you
has
helping
brain
him speed that up?
on it.
I mean, you can help
Yeah.
him speed that up, but
Me?
Rigzelti can't. No, because it's a divine thing.
Oh, it's a divine spell. Yeah, I can't help.
So bards
Oh,
bards get both. They get to cheat.
I'm gonna wander out of the room because I know that thing is just gonna teleport me back.
Well, the doors are closed. Like you can't leave
They're
that room.
locked?
Yeah, you're in like some kind of poltergeist hell right now. It looks like, but they're not attacking you.
The doors that I came through, can I get back in? Like, can I leave this area, or am I stuck in this area?
If you touch the door, they'll open, and then there's the teleport pad on the floor, the blue circle.
Okay.
Which
What about the
you know,
hands? Are there any weird runes on them or symbols or anything?
it would just look like they're pointing at the ceiling, and on the top of the ceiling is this giant spider chandelier-like thing, like a statue of an upside-down spider. Well, actually, it'd be a drider. Like the top half would be like a dark elf, and then the bottom half would be a spider, and it's just kind of like on the ceiling, just stationary. Or let me rephrase it and cause a little fear. It looks like a statue because it's not moving, and due to the dark vision, it looks like a statue.
And no way nobody can get in here with me.
Well, last time people tried, when they stepped in that teleport thing, they phased, but then when they went to the other pad, they phased out and just got shunted back to the first pad.
Yep,
Okay,
so
and there's no-
basically this is just all you. You gotta solve this maze.
And there's no altars or anything like that. Just spider person on the ceiling.
If you're taking your time, you can start making your way through the maze, and at the center you'll
Okay.
find an altar, but that's going to eat up probably, let's go 15 minutes if that's what you want to do. And then everybody else can do 15 minutes worth of stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Night, old Benny. Hello, sir. It's one of my Australian people I watch.
Not like we got a lot of options of what we can do in this tiny little room. I can't get out the door. Is the door with the chittering opening? I'm not going to open it, but like, I try the handle. Will it open?
No, it's locked.
So you said there's like poltergeist or something holding the door shut.
No, nothing's holding the door shut. This room just has like what looks like ghosts or poltergeists that manifest in and out every few seconds, and they're just screaming and stuff, so it's kind of hard to concentrate.
They don't seem to interact with us otherwise.
I mean, not really. I mean, every now and then they'll get semi-close and like seem like they're screaming at you, but it kind of seems like they're in their own personal hell.
Okay. Well, once my druid buddy gets his new buddy, he's gonna feed him some candy.
What's the cast time on that? 10 minutes or something like that? So you get it down to 5?
Yeah, rituals are 10 minutes. So if you want to speed it up, 5. Yeah, cool.
So we
Okay.
still have 10 minutes because Annika's doing the maze.
Well, you have 15. They have 10. And then Salazar has 15, and El Reina would have 15 minutes as well to do what they want. So it's kind of the three of you, Salazar, Rizalti.
Well, I mean, I guess fuck it. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself if I haven't already.
No, that's an hour, right?
I think it lasts. I can check.
Well, I just don't want you to cast something and then it burns off before the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, good point. Let me check.
Are there any dead bodies or anything in this room, or are these just ghosts?
There's no dead bodies, but before this like milky fluid leaked all over the floor, there was like dried, dark patches that you assumed was where people were blood from people being sacrificed on this altar.
Gotcha.
And then the handprint is glowing blue at this point. After
I never wrote down how long it lasts.
I think it's an hour after Annika dumped blood on the hand, so it's glowing bluish.
Yeah, we're kind of trapped in this room until Annika figures out the. So what's our new friend doing?
Actually,
who hasn't
Mage Armor lasts
actually
8 hours.
introduced themselves to us yet?
So, like, is there anything else in the room with me over here?
You're in some kind of workshop. There's weapons and armor in various stages of crafting. There's a forge. That's what the fire thing is to the far left. That little yellow square, that's a forge. It is lit, I believe. And you can see tools like somebody's actually been building something. There, like I said, there's suits and armor, anything you can think of in various stages of crafting. And then there's a staircase that goes down, and you can see the dummies. So if you're looking down
I
the
assumed
staircase,
this is where she got her plate mail and greatsword.
well, technically she doesn't have it, but I mean they'll get it eventually. I mean, there's plenty of suits because you remember when you took one off, it manifested a new one. So
yeah, so what you see is like a great sword made of this bluish blackish material and a suit of plate mail that's this bluish blackish material
on a
Okay.
dummy, male and female.
on a dummy,
versions.
male and female versions.
All right, so I'm just gonna just. Is it okay if I just wander down there and just pick that up real quick at least?
Well, nobody's stopping you, and then if you take it off, it actually starts putting itself on you.
Oh, okay.
So instead of it taking the full 15 to 30 minutes, it's as though you have assistance, and it starts helping you like you have a secondary person helping you suit up.
Nice.
So 5 minutes later, you'll be suited up in full plate, and it also adjusts its size, you notice.
Ooh, okay.
And then the greatsword is half the weight of a normal greatsword, so you're like, what the hell?
That sounds amazing.
And
Out in this little room for 5 minutes.
Okay, and like Rizalti said, they're all this black, greenish sheen metal. So, and there's in the room to the lower right of where you're standing is a bunch of rucksacks packed, ready to go for the like a soldier. It has rations and all that stuff. It's pre-packed, sharpening stones. It's everything you'd want as like an adventure starter kit or a soldier.
Oh, okay. Let's take my time looting through this room then, just to get prepared for the next 5 minutes or so here.
And then to the lower left is a room filled with shields and barrels of fresh water, liquor, and then in the room with the rucksacks would also be like a ass ton of weapons that you could pick from.
Sweet.
And then behind you to the left is what looks like an archery range. Like people have been shooting arrows at targets.
I don't remember you telling us about the liquor. I would have taken some.
My character is definitely picking up some of that liquor.
Well, it's in huge barrels, so like you.
Is there like a water skin in her backpack?
Yeah.
Fill the water skin with liquor.
Well, there'd actually probably be 3 water skins in there, so you could fill it with. Just make sure you're writing down if it's full of liquor or water. So. Oh, you also notice that anything you take, after a few seconds, like about 6 seconds, like it regenerates itself. So like if you took water out of the water barrel, you would watch it refill up.
Yeah, so I filled one water skin with liquor, and the other 2 with this straight up water.
Okay.
Oh, she's pretty close to our room. Can she hear, like, with a perception check? Because Toad was casting the spell.
Yep, we were doing rituals.
Not over the screaming.
Nope. Okay.
Can she hear the screaming?
Oh yeah, you would be hearing what sounds like high-pitched screaming coming from behind a set of double doors to the west.
These walls are all stone, right?
Yeah. Finished stone at that, so. Trying to turn myself down so I don't blast people.
How's that altar looking? I assume I've
Once you
already
made it to
gotten there,
this,
right?
well, I'm kind of waiting. So is everybody else just buying their time? Salazar, are you doing anything during the 15 minutes, or?
Where is
I mean, like, I'll probably try to, like, I don't know, like, get out of that room because, I mean, I don't want to be in that stuff.
Okay, where are you gonna try and go?
Like, I'm like, it's if I'm in the room with the beds, I'm just the only way I can go is pretty much straight ahead.
I mean, you could go back, go up the stairs to the workshop room, and then make your way back over to where
Yeah,
Elrena
that's
is.
what. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Sorry.
You want to go back to the forge?
No, the armor room.
Yeah, the armor room.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
All right, so as you're getting suited up, Elrena, you would see a drow come down the staircase with what looks like a nightmare. It's a nightmare, right? Or a Felsteed. And they're wearing the same kind of armor you're wearing.
Wait, when did she get a steed?
No, Salazar
It's
has
a
a Felsteed.
Summon.
Oh, Salazar has a steed.
Yeah.
All right, and if nobody's doing anything else during the last like 5 minutes or so, the altar Ingo looks the same. It has a spider, has spiders in the 4 corners, and then it would have the handprint in the center, like the other altars, and then it would have like weird runes all over it, and it looks like it's glowing, but it's like a grayish glow because you're in the dark.
Can I make out what the runes are saying?
Oh, that's right. You have comprehend languages, I think.
And I
Yeah.
think, aren't you a rune knight or something?
Yeah, I'm a rune carver.
It's also the chosen.
So it seems kind of in your wheelhouse.
So it's some kind of a conjuration summoning ritual.
And I can read it and everything, like if I wanted to.
Like if you did this, it's gonna the gist. Well, actually, why don't you give me a roll before I just give it to you? That takes the fun out of it.
Okay,
So
one
give me
sec.
a spellcraft roll, I guess.
That'd be Arcana usually.
Oh yeah,
Arcane.
Arcana.
Did that work?
Big oof.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of summoning thing. That's the gist of what you're getting.
Okay. Okay. Um.
So obviously, if you put blood in the hand thing, something's going to happen that has to do with like a summoning ritual.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my hand.
Well,
Put
I'm
my
not telling
hand
you to do
on.
it. I'm just saying that's that's
No,
what we're
I'm
gonna.
I'm gonna do it. I'm 100% gonna do it. I'm gonna cut my hand and put it on the hand, and I'm gonna say that summoning rune or a summoning spell and see what happens.
All right, I need a perception check then.
Love it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you're kind of oblivious, probably because you're paying attention to the runes and the trying to activate the ritual. And then from slightly above your forehead, above your head, you hear, Harold, why do you summon me? In a woman's voice that sounds vaguely familiar, like the drow female that you saved from burning by the golem.
Do I recognize her?
Well, if you look up, you actually, that spider, well, basically it's a drider. It's a very large creature that has a human torso, a human female torso on top, like a centaur, only it's a spider version, is coming down on a web from the ceiling.
Okay. Is there a way out of this place?
Back through the maze out the double doors.
And that's what
But
she's. There's no other way through this maze.
no,
Like
you got to go
there's
through
not.
the maze to get back to the double doors. And she's just
Okay,
kind of
gotcha.
standing on the
Yeah.
altar.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask her if she can explain to me while this is happening, like if she can explain the birthmark and how it's all like adding up. Um, what's the purpose?
She'd say you're the chosen one. You must have some kind of lineage to our kind, which doesn't make sense. But either way, you've officially woken the temple, and I will take over from here. She, like I said before, she was just a normal like dark elf, but like now she's like a drider version. Remember how she disappeared earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally
Yeah.
walked off the fucking edge of the thing and like free fell.
Yeah, so you assume she was dead, but like, so it's kind of weird that she's in this alternate plane of existence here.
Well,
What is this place?
all may have assumed that.
She would say an alternate, what is it, temporal reality.
Is there any like specific thing I'm supposed to do with being the chosen one, quote unquote? Like, what's the
She'd say you've
purpose?
already done it. Now that I've been awokened or whatever, I shall rectify things in my own timeline.
Congratulations, you've brought forth the Spider Nation.
Shit. Do you need help with this at all? Since can you use anything that I'm able to I have this mark on my hand. It obviously works for something. Do you need my help?
Well, she'd say if I have need of your assistance again, I'll call upon you, but for now, you've done everything you're supposed to. You've reawoken the temple, and now we can continue on with our domination of the surface dwellers.
Oh, oh wait, what? Like you're gonna like wipe out the little nerd village
She looks confused. Nerds?
or candy village or whatever they are?
No, surface dwellers, dwarvenkind, humankind, elves.
Oh.
We're going
Oh,
to
okay.
exterminate all of them.
Okay.
But you'll be spared. You're on the protected rosters.
What about my friends?
Do you wish their names added?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
She'd say speak them.
Uh, Lala, Toad, Red. I can't remember the dwarf's name at this point for some reason.
Don't forget the goblin.
Rixalti, Salazar. She'd start laughing when you say you can't remember the dwarf or whatever. That she'd actually start laughing. She'd be like, "I can't even believe you're adding a one of their kind to the protected roster." But it is
No,
your.
I was saying that to
again.
be kind of funny. Yeah, like I can't really remember. And I said Rixalti, Toad, Lala. That's it, right?
Yeah, because then there's a Blas or Mi Sesek, even though he's not here, but you could add him, the other
Okay.
paladin, and then El Reina. You don't know she exists yet.
Okay. Can I take my time with another one, just kind of see what happens over the course of the next day or so? Could I add more people if I had to, or if I wanted to that roster?
She'd say that's perfectly fine. She'd hand you a holy symbol, and she'd say just speak it to the holy symbol. And if you ever need guidance
Okay.
or assistance, just um, call upon me.
All right. Is there a way you could get me to my friends?
Absolutely. You teleport back to next to Lelathian.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. You
Nice.
teleport. You teleport to the northern blue circle, but you're back on the main plane of existence. You're not in the misty area anymore.
Okay, so I'm in that hallway.
Yep, you're in the hallway in the northern part, and also the people in the sacrificial room. The chittering immediately ceases, and the screaming stops, and all the ghosts disappear. And all of a sudden, like you hear a gust, or you feel a gust of wind, and you hear a whole bunch of doors opening up.
Well, I'm gonna go through this door.
Yeah, I'm hauling ass to get to Lala and Red and Toad and be like, we need to get the hell out of here and get to the surface. And then I'll explain everything.
Okay.
Well, maybe I won't run through the door just yet. If Annika's like running and screaming, then I should probably listen.
Oh, Annika. And Toad will look up from the backpack with, his face covered in whatever, and
Okay.
oh, well, okay, I'm coming.
Out the double doors, you see what looks like a female dark elf and Salazar standing on his horse, and the goo on the ground is still all around. But you're actually watching like stuff start to like crawl out of it, almost like undead crawling out of graves. And
Oh
you're
shit,
watching
okay.
dark elves start to crawl out of this stuff, like, and they're coated in it.
Can I jump on the back of Salazar's horse?
We're all thinking the same thing.
You do realize that poor horse has to go up a staircase, right?
It's
Multiple
a summon
stair-
creature.
Oh. Isn't it like a demon or something?
Well, it's a demon horse, but it's still like navigating staircases. Like, is not the easiest thing for cows and horses and stuff.
Okay, got ya. Well, I'm gonna toss the smallest ones up on the horse then with Salazar, and then we're gonna what's the new character's name? It's
El Reina or El Reina.
Arena. And I'll just say, no time to talk, follow us. It's time to leave, and we're going to do everything we can to
Well,
get to the surface.
the complicated thing here is that she is a drow.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
she's not coated in. I mean, parts of her are coated in that stuff, but like she's not crawling out of it like the other people are. And these are like naked drow that are coming out of this, and you're watching the ones in the room you're in, Rixalti and Salazar and El Reina. You're watching them immediately go over and start gearing up.
Oh shit. I
The
guess
army of the
they
underworld
have
has
to
awakened.
too, because I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Well, yeah, you came into a world of shit, is what you're thinking. You're like, ooh, neat stuff, and then you're like, this is not good. Like, and you're also Toadstool and the Lathian. You're
Yep, we're
seeing
following on.
naked female dark elves start to come up out of the floor of this and start doing some chanting ritual around the altar.
Well,
And you're
Toad
watching
definitely-
robes like manifest on them, like priest robes.
Well, I think we should get the fuck out.
Mhm.
And you're hearing what sounds like this place is starting to come alive. Like people are talking and stuff like that in other areas.
Funsies.
I think we got to get out of Spider Temple.
Yep, we're following Annika. She said
All
we
right,
got to go.
I'm tossing Toad onto the horse, and whoever else I can fit up there, and then I'm just gonna haul ass as fast as I can to get the hell out of here.
Off and away.
All right, so I assume you're going back up to the top portion with the black hand, right?
Yeah.
All right. You're passing people. When you get to the room, there's actually craftsmen making stuff. And you're watching clothes materialize on them. The forge is heating up. The doors of the temple are still sealed. That stuff is still gurgling out of it. And as you go past the double temple doors, you're hearing like what sounds like slurping or sucking or eating noises. Like
Oh
from
my
multiple
God.
things. And you're actually, the craftsmen, upon hearing that, would turn away from their tables and just kind of look at the door like, what the fuck?
Wait, where is that coming from?
The red temple room. But the
Oh.
double doors are closed. But
We didn't
immediately
do
on
it.
the other side of it.
We didn't do it. Whatever happens next, we didn't do it.
They almost look like they're going to attack you, like the craftsmen, but then they see the holy symbol Annika's holding, and they just let you guys go by.
Woohoo!
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yup.
Once you guys make it to about where the white hand is, you hear another whoosh of like that liquid from behind you and more gurgling, and then you hear like screams and battle. Like as you watch the craftsmen go and try and attack something that came out of the double doors of the temple.
Uh-huh.
Still leaving,
Whatever
I'm
was
assuming?
Oh yeah, we're gonna
You're
leave.
all leaving. Absolutely.
All right.
I'm all in favor of leaving.
I need to tell them what the hell is happening before like this temple eats us.
You get up there. You come out of the secret door, and you actually see a very confused female dark elf like sit up in bed looking at you like, what the hell? Like, why are you in my room? As you guys just keep going out the temple. You're seeing people like praying to the hand and stuff like that as you're going by. And like I said, like they look like they're going to get ready to fuck you up, but they basically, once they say El Reina or Ingo with the holy symbol, it's more confusion than like wanting to attack you. And they just let you guys leave. You go outside. There's a garrison of about 100 soldiers, and there's multiple like pre-fires. Like they're getting ready to do a raid. Like this is the first squad.
What speed? What are they human?
No,
think
they're
we
all
need,
dark elves.
I think we need a message spell as soon as we get the fuck away from this to tell Mr. Honeycutt that this happened, that there's literally a dark elf army.
That he may want to parlay with so that he doesn't get grouped into the surface.
We also got to go back to the town to put our gem in the well.
Yep.
Oh shit! Yeah, we haven't even done that yet.
And like I said, you're seeing like garrisons of tents of multiple sets of soldiers with commanders and stuff like that. And you're also seeing what look like milky portals, very similar to what was on the other side of the door, the north part of the door, on above the red staircase, or the door Ingo opened up to go into the maze. Like, and you're seeing portals, and you're watching like squads of these soldiers start going into these portals.
Okay, I'm just gonna start telling them what was told to me and what the spider lady has, like, what her plan is. As we're like running, I'm going to try to explain it so they know what's happening.
Okay.
Oh.
You're just like you're basically like in a huge military camp at this point with like multiple portals, probably about let's go 5. And you're watching squads of like soldiers go through with a commanding officer or a priest go through these portals, and then you would actually have a male, what looks like a commanding officer or general, come over to El Reina and say, "Priestess, which squad? Pick your squad. We're ready to go." And then there'd be a table with like maps and diagrams that look to be Rigzalti would probably understand. It appears to be some kind of planes traveling. Like it looks like
Ooh, you want me to make an Arcana check?
sure.
$16.
Okay, so abject. Well, I don't know if you'd be scared, but you would realize that these portals aren't just like this plane of existence. This is some multiverse teleportation attack thing, like basically 40K kind of logic.
I'm going to relay that to the party that they're attacking the multiverse.
Yeah.
They're trying to wipe out all dwarves, humans, elves, and surface dwellers from all of existence.
I look at our party.
That Go ahead. Sorry, I was thinking out loud.
You're good. What do we got here? We have a dwarf. I think the rest of us are safe.
Well, nobody's doing anything to you. The head table is looking at the people at the head table. Like once they see you storm out of the temple, aside from the commanding officer that went towards El Reina and said, "Pick your squad, we're ready to go, priestess." Like the rest of you are just getting like looks like what the hell, and like the high priestess or what appears to be the high priestess, the best dressed one at the battle table, turns and looks at Ingo like in like just sheer surprise. And anybody that has comprehend languages going would hear her say, "It's the herald. Victory is ours."
Oh shit.
Are we the baddies?
I guess my character is just visibly confused. You can see confusion all up on her face. What's going on?
We should talk.
Well, I
we
mean,
should talk on the road.
El Reina,
Yeah.
normally Drow are a matriarchal society, which means the females are in charge. So technically, you're the commanding officer, and he wants you to take your squad to go kill some shit. So basically, he thinks you're one of them, and you're supposed to like he's your male commanding officer that controls his squad of usually 5 males, and then you're the healer and or combat person that goes with the lead the squad. Like they operate the equivalent to like SEAL Team Sixes is how they do it.
Maybe they'll get us some mounts, and then
I'll have to pull you all in the damn wagon. That would be great.
there you go.
Am I able to gather up the party and we can all just take a wagon or something?
Well, the
Mhm.
wagon is up the side of the mountain or whatever. Like you have to like this entrance is at the bottom or whatever. Basically, you have to scale the cliff to get back to the lemon grove. Well, you don't know that. They know. The rest of the party knows that. That's where the wagon is.
Is the officer still talking to her? Lorena?
Well, he's waiting for her to say something. So
Yeah, so am I. I'm gonna see what she does, because I mean she's a dark elf, and we're seeing a million of them try to take over the multiverse now.
I guess I just look at the rest of the party and I say, "This is my squad. Take them with me, whether you like it or not." I guess I don't know. And then yeah,
You don't have to. It's your choice, and you don't know who the hell these people are. This isn't your tribe either. These are, I mean, they're drow, but then you don't know any of these people. Like, drow are usually scattered into small citadels. I mean, yes, there's like Menzoberranzan and the large citadel, that controls everything, but like drow are usually scattered because that's what keeps them weak. Otherwise, they would do exactly what's happening right now. So, based on your personal history as a character, you're assuming this is what happened before the Great Cleansing, or when the surface dwellers attacked the drow to push them back down and take them out because they were getting too powerful. So it's like you feel like you're reliving history almost, like this is the Great War.
I see.
All I know is that there's some weird macabre balance happening here. We save one of these candy things, and then we resurrect a big bone dragon. We save a candy thing, and then we bring back the Drider army. What's the third one gonna be?
We start a coup.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. V, I didn't tell you. Very first session, we find this dragon skeleton and we think, oh, this is going to be worth a lot of money, and we excavate it. The bones come back together, and it's a freaking Draco Lich.
Oh
It
damn!
spares us because we resurrected it, but
Might
it
be
flew
onto
off.
something, the dude. Oh, I was saying you might be onto something, the dude.
Yeah, whatever we do in this world seems to balance out.
So if we did something pretty evil, something really good would happen?
Well, I mean, presumably we've been doing really good by bringing back some of the color, which is the mission we've been given. But each time we get a hold of one of these crystals, we seem to also balance that out by something maybe less good. I mean, who knows where this Strider army is going to end up? This may be no, this is probably a bad thing, honestly. It's probably a bad thing. Same with the Draco Lich. Who knows what no, honestly, yeah, no, that's probably a bad thing too.
It feels like no matter what option we have, you're stuck with a bad choice to try to balance out the good that you've been doing.
That seems to be what's going on, yeah.
Or here's where I play devil's advocate. What if you bringing the color back isn't even good in the first place?
Uh-oh. Now we're doing double bad.
Oh.
Ooh, now we got some philosophy going on.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying,
I mean, it is true. This isn't our reality, so at least as far as I perceive so far, like my understanding is we got teleported to a candy land. But things.
How's Salazar? Is he starting to replenish like his energy and everything?
oh no, he's still completely jacked up.
Okay.
How are we gonna get his mount up the cliff? What I want.
Well, like I said, the commanding priestess at the war table with the other priests are looking at Ingo at this point, and one of them said it's the herald or whatever, and they're just looking at her like they're waiting to see what happens. And then Elrena, the commanding officer, is waiting for her to do something.
So they think we're on their side, so we could probably just hop a portal.
I'm gonna go talk to the high priestess.
Could I discern possibly where the portals go with an Arcana check?
And the schematics on that, if you had a closer look at the table, maybe.
Toad
The hand?
familiar into the nearest portal.
Toad's what?
Toad being Toad sends his familiar into the nearest portal.
Oh, good God. All right, so let's just number them. 1 is on the left side, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, like left or right.
Left.
Like, so number 1, I'm saying, or portal 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, or 5. There's
Portal
5 portals.
1.
3.
Portal 1.
Okay.
I rolled a d6. I said 3.
Well, it's dude that's controlling Toadstool, so.
Oh, I was just saying, like,
Oh,
if,
okay.
if we're voting for a portal.
Oh, okay. All right. Portal 1.
Familiar just runs through the nearest portal. If he is able to, he'll run in, look about, and then come back. If he's not able to, then he stays on the other side.
It gets snuffed out of existence.
Bloop. All right.
Toadstool would flinch in pain, like as like what would it be? Like the equivalent
Psychic
of,
damage from losing a familiar.
Yeah, but like he would kind of know for a brief second like what happened. Basically, the familiar was killed by evil energy.
Okay.
Like negative energy, like undead.
No, not undead. Evil. Like.
Okay.
Like alignment-based energy. I know it doesn't exist, but that's the best way to describe it.
No, I feel you.
Well, it doesn't exist in this edition.
Hey, Ingo, can you get them to get us up this cliff?
I could probably do something, have my character see something to get us up the cliff.
I don't know if our rope is
The
still there.
steed,
If our
is
rope
it?
is there,
Can he like send the steed away, like, and summon it like Salazar's mount? Is it something that he can
Well,
invoke
Salazar's
and?
mount is a summoned creature, so yeah, you can dismiss it and resummon it at will. Well, not at will, but like it's a spell.
Okay. Because then, okay. I'm just gonna go talk to the priestess and see what she says, and then see if there's any like way we can get somebody to help us up the cliff. You said?
Yeah, there's the sheer cliff or whatever that once you get to the top is a lemon grove. This is the lower area that was in front of the temple is where you are right now. And
Okay.
then the
Yeah.
bridge is north of you. Like as you approach her,
Is
she
it-
would curtsy. She'd say, "Yes, my herald." Oh, and I did
We need
say
to
that she's speaking in Drow, and like even without comprehend languages, you actually understand her.
Okay.
Which your character doesn't know Drow. Well, it does, but it you don't remember learning it. Wartus, how goes
I'm
it,
just
sir?
gonna kind of pretend like I'm just gonna play along, and I'm gonna ask her what's going on, what's everyone's position, and if we can get help up the cliff to complete a task that we weren't able to complete earlier because I was doing this task, basically kind of trying to hide what we're doing, but just asking her what's going on without directly asking her what's going on.
Well, she says I can send you wherever you'd like, my herald.
And my friends?
Yes, my herald.
Okay.
We want to go back to the Nerd Village so we can put that gem in the well.
Yep.
And
Can
warn
you
Mr. Honeycomb.
transport us to the well in the middle of town?
She'd say I don't know what you're talking about, but if you let me read your mind, I can better send you there.
I don't know exactly where it's at though. Does
Well, no, it's just basically if you teleport, like she's never been there, so she doesn't know how to like. So basically, what'll happen is in the old days, if you teleported and you didn't know exactly where you were going, real bad shit would happen. So she wants to read your mind to get an image of how it looks, so she can teleport you more accurately.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so she's gonna cast. She would touch the side of your forehead, and like, you would. Are you gonna let her do it, or you can fight against it? She's basically gonna try to read your
No, I'll
mind.
just let her do it.
Okay,
How
she would
much
just.
information
I'm just
do you want her to have access to?
I
think
just trying to envision the well. I'm not trying to think of anything else. Just a picture of the well in my head.
All right, let's go for that's a wisdom check, I would assume. So roll wisdom or a wisdom save.
I have no. Okay.
Okay, that's good enough. You're just thinking only of the well. All right, you do that. Her eyes would glow blue, and with her left hand, she would remove her. Well, she's got her right hand on the side of Ingo's head. She moves her left hand in like a circle, and a portal manifests, and then she would take her hand off Ingo's head.
Okay. And I just thank her, and I guess I just walk in.
Before you do that, remember your wagon and all your shit is at the top in the lemon grove. This portal, if it is right, is going to take you back to the well.
Oh shit.
I just don't want to be a jerk, and then you guys are like, well, shit.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll look at.
Toad could
After
polymorph and go
initiating
grab
portal,
like maybe carry someone up to carry the stuff back and go the long way, and the rest of us get portal.
You know what? Toad is happy to go the long way. Toad will take the wagon back for us.
Okay.
He'll use a B shape. He'll just fly up to the wagon. And then if we don't have something pulling the wagon, he'll use a B shape and he'll just pull the wagon.
Yeah, totally. So.
Thanks,
I'm
Toad.
just gonna walk in.
Yeah, dude, it's cool, man.
Well, it's going to take him about 2 days to get back to town unless you go and find him, but that's, yeah.
It's probably going to take him longer than that because he's probably going to be ambling.
Oh, Jesus.
No, he's protected.
No, what dude means is he's just probably going to stop every now and then for some nose candy.
Oh, I thought you said ambushed. Okay.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Ambling.
Gotcha.
Walking without purpose.
Yeah.
Honestly, only one of us needs to go through the portal, and the rest could take the long way, because someone has to go tell Mr. Honeycutt about the impending doom.
Personally, I think this works out beautifully. Toad's going to be gone for two sessions. So the next 2 sessions, he can be pulling this cart. And while
But you're a halfling. How you pulling the cart?
He's a druid.
He's a druid.
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, you could turn into like a muskox or some shit.
And if he gets tired of doing that, he can summon one.
Yeah, he's got summon creature too, or summon animal.
So he's good.
All right, so yeah, he climbs the rope. The rope is still there. He climbs the rope and.
I mean,
Do I have any weird feeling like a pull, like I should be more concerned with what's happening with this race of people that are calling me the chosen one? Like, do I have this weird feeling like I should be fighting for them?
No, you got your own free will still. So.
Okay.
Just because you're the chosen one doesn't mean you need to. That's the whole point of any good movie. It doesn't mean you need to do what you're supposed to. You still get to do what you want.
I'm still trying to figure out why I'm the chosen one when I'm a half elf.
Oh, wow.
Well,
once we get to the portal, I will say you are a half elf. This whole time I assumed you were full human. So that's probably it. You probably have a little bit of a secret
Dark elf?
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that priestess in the maze told you that you must have blood of some sort, and everybody's been under the impression that you're human because you're so strong.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were human this whole time. I was going to bring that up later on and be like, so you got a little bit of elf in you, don't you?
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in the portal, walk into it, and
Same. I'm
Okay.
going to tell Toad not to do anything I wouldn't do. And
All right, so it's just Toad who's taking the long way.
yep.
All right, everybody into the portal.
Portal.
Oh, you're just walking away from that guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
all
just
right.
don't know what to do. My character's basically confused. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go think for a minute here.
Okay. Everybody that goes through the portal, you end up coming out by the well, and then the portal would vanish.
and who has the stone?
I do.
Awesome.
Okay, so I was gonna save it, but now that you're actually by the well, you actually realize that in the bottom of the well that holds the water, there's spots where it looks like gems go. But the gems have all been removed or pried off. You can see it looks like somebody like pried them out.
Is the pink one back in there then? The first one that we found that became a crown?
No, but there is a nerd on the top of the well where water comes out of its mouth, basically like a well, and it would be wearing a crown. And there's a pink, well, there's not a pink stone, but there's a spot where it looks like a stone goes in the crown.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go and put the red one where it looks like it goes.
Okay, it refastens itself, and you watch the fountain start. Looks like it's well, it's not blood. It's Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid, basically. The water changes to red Kool-Aid color.
Sweet. My fur is going to be pink for so long.
Oh, nobody's gonna say, "Oh yeah," or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, missed the opportunity.
I'm going to ask for another prestidigitation, so I'm not a pink bunny from now on.
Well, I'm there, so I prestidigitate you clean.
I guess Toad's not going to be around for a couple days, so I don't have to worry about being called names.
Yeah, I rub my hands together and clean you.
And while that's taking place, you watch a portal open up again, and you watch the high priestess walk through, and hand Ingo a vial and say for your for him, and just kind of makes like a condescending gesture towards Salazar, and then steps back through the portal.
Wait, what do you
She's
mean?
motioning toward. Did you say she was motioning towards me?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
in a
was pointing at
condescending
you with the
fashion,
middle
but she
finger.
handed Ingo a vial of something,
Oh,
and then would
Can I
just
ask her what
step
it is
back.
before she disappears?
It
No,
sounded implied that it's a cure to your ailment.
Yeah, it's going to fix your dwarfism.
Or are we not supposed to be laughing? That's bad. All right. All right. So yeah, you have a vial of some.
It's going to
Look-
fix the fact that he is racially a dwarf. It's not the same thing.
That would be funny. It's some burnt orange colored stuff. And
Maybe
it's in
she's
one of those
assuming that.
spider It's in one of those spider vials.
Maybe she's assuming that because we're all in a group together that, and she noticed that you're kind of lethargic. She's giving you a medicine, maybe.
Out of character, my assumption is this is to cover his blessing. You asked for all of us to be saved from the whatever, and I think she said something was going to take a little bit. So I'm assuming that is to make it so that you have the ability to cover a dwarf under the blessing.
Does anyone have medicine?
Toadstool.
Yeah, I am.
He's not with us.
I'm a bard. I have everything. All the things.
I had it
I
to
know.
Lala.
There you go. Have that. 17 medicine check.
Nice.
As I take a quick peek over the liquid to make sure that it's not going to be harmful to our dwarven friend.
The 17, you'd thinking it might be the resto thing.
Oh, this might be like a restorative, regenerative to help him with his fatigue from the trap.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't add him or I didn't add those two to the blessing is because I'm questionable about like Salazar and what's going on with him, and I didn't even know that. Damn, I keep forgetting your name. I'm so sorry,
Elrina.
Elrina. I didn't even know that she was there. So, but I can add them whenever I want, if that's correct, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Elrena stayed behind at the Spider Temple, or did you go through the portal with us?
I came through with you. It was, I
Okay,
kind of
nice.
just ignored that dude.
Yeah, she ignored that. She like, well, he was like, "I'm ready to go, mistress," or whatever, and she was just like, "I'll get back to you," and just went through the portal.
Bloop, bloop.
That's awesome.
Well, that's
It's
totally what a
I
drow
believe my
woman would do.
charisma-
That's hilarious.
I also believe my charisma is like a negative stat, right? So it's like, I'll get back to you. Just walks away.
It's just the droughtism.
Yeah.
So it's just a restorative potion, right?
That's what you're assuming based on the roll. Like I said, Lalathian does have all the skills, but technically Toadstool he actually has like full blown herbalism, right? Like that's like he's the actual medicine guy, I think.
Well, Lalathian has the medicine skill.
But he's Toadstool. So yes,
No.
he has the capability. Will he do those things? That's up in the air.
I'm shitty at medicine, but I'm going to give a second opinion.
Sweet.
Well,
I only have
17's a
I only have a
decent
plus
roll.
1 to it. So I got a 14. So I look it over and I'm like, I concur. I think this is medicinal and restorative.
Yeah, you're coming to the same opinion.
I think this will make you feel better, Salazar. If
I'm sorry, what?
If you want it, I think this ointment will make you feel better.
Ointment? What kind of ointment?
It's just a
One
vial
that
of
will
like
make you
burnt
feel
orange liquid.
No, that's just what he's saying that's what I'm saying in character.
Yeah, same. One that will make you feel better.
If you didn't know better, it looks like really dark colored urine. That's the gist of what it looks like. So, or apple juice.
I'm just gonna snatch it up and just like open it and smell it. And I'm like, is it safe?
Seems like
Yeah.
it.
I don't think she would do anything to a member of my party if she thinks I'm a herald.
It smells like burnt oranges.
Ugh, burnt oranges.
Well,
Where do I
it's not
apply that?
piss.
Drink it. Right,
Yeah,
Lala? Just drink it?
I'm gonna be like, so where do I apply it at then?
Yeah, is this like a potion you drink, or is this like an ointment
apply
that
it
you
orally.
apply all over your skin?
It looks kind of like an oily potion you drink.
That doesn't clear it up.
You apply it orally.
Why not apply it anally?
I mean, it's liquidy enough. You assume you drink it. It's not like a salve.
Okay, so it's not a salve; it's a drinking potion.
It's like that yogurt that you can drink. That Go-Gurt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Great, it's like
I'm gonna-
burnt orange urine Go-Gurt.
Good God.
This sounds
I'm gonna
so
be like,
appetizing.
I'm gonna be like, well, bottoms up, and I'm just gonna chug it. And I'm like, "Bleh."
Oh,
As
it
a
does
different
have
icon
a side
character, I'd be like,
possible
give me a drink of that.
in orange.
I'm sorry, what, dude?
I say jokingly, as after he starts drinking it, it does have a side effect of turning your skin orange, possibly.
It's like that
But I'm
suntan.
told-
What is that? That fake tan stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, that burnt orange. But I'm totally bullshitting. I have no idea of any side.
All right,
effects.
I need a con roll with a negative at a disadvantage, and then I need you to add like a -5 to it, whatever you get. So
Who do you want
basically,
to
a
roll?
con roll. I need 2 con rolls, and both of them get -5. I'll
Who do you
clarify.
want?
On who?
Salazar.
Oh, okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. Shoot, come on. Two con rolls, -5.
Yep, both are -5.
Oh yeah. All right, so the first one's a 13, and the other one's a 6.
Okay, so the worst of the two. All right, so he got 6. He collapses to the ground and starts convulsing and foaming at the mouth.
Oh, great, lovely.
And you would fall off your horse too at this point. So
I'll go ahead and do another medicine check.
you're starting to see the black lines in his face are actually starting to go away, although he's spitting up foam. You're watching like
Oh, gee, you got
black
rabies.
foam come out of his mouth, basically.
Oh God.
Does my 7 tell me he's okay?
Yeah, I mean 7's a great roll. So clearly he looks like he's on the up and up at this point, convulsing on the ground.
Hey, I knew I'd have luck out eventually. 19. I'm going to point out that as violent as this looks, it is actually helping him. Like I point out the black lines going away and him basically expelling all of the poison out of his system.
So after about a minute, the convulsions would stop, the seizure. And then he'd just kind of be still for a second. And then you'd gasp for air and your con is back to normal.
You know, I forgot what my original con was.
I pat him on the back while he's throwing up. There, big guy.
Ends there, buddy.
Was it a 16? Oh, my con? Do you remember?
I think it was.
Oh my God. Okay.
Did
It
you
was
not
14 or
write
16.
down what your original con was?
You know, it's been a while. Okay.
No, it's 16.
It's not like
It's 16.
it was a 16. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's on your sheet in roll 20. So.
Oh, okay.
And your
Let me see.
hit points are going to double again to. I think they're going to go back to 72.
I offer Salazar a lemon. Like, I'm sure it tastes better than that potion.
Oh no, I stand corrected. 84.
Shoot.
So your hit points went from 30 to back to 84.
Should we find
There we
the
go.
mayor?
Oh,
This is not a character.
I walk up to Alrina holding a lemon.
I actually take the lemon and eat it almost immediately.
Yeah, this cute little goblin just walks up to you with like a lemon.
And that's why I take it, because it's fucking cute. And I was like, oh, you know what? You give me a lemon, I might as well take it.
Yep, Dem, you want to tell her what the lemon does?
Well, are you going to eat the lemon?
She ate the lemon.
I ate the
Okay.
lemon.
You get a +4 temporary constitution for 24 hours.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
That means an extra, what's that, 2 hit points?
Yeah, times your level. So an extra 12 hit points and an extra +2 to your con save.
Yep, so put it in your temporary hit points area.
And Salazar at 78, not 84. My math brain's not working.
So how many did she gain?
So
12.
Well, right.
12? So that would
So I need
be
I need to modify it to
84.
Sorry, what'd you say, Salazar?
I
There
need
I
to
am.
modify
I
it.
adjusted your sheet.
I need to modify it on my D&D Beyond to 84 then.
78, not 84.
Or sorry,
No,
70.
sorry, I was talking to Alrina. They got 84.
I wrote it in the Roll20, like what your right hit points are.
Okay, I'll just have to keep mental note on that.
Well, that's your normal maximum. That's not. If you eat a lemon, it's going to go up, but that's your normal hit points is 78.
Okay.
If you ate a lemon, then it would go to 90.
And I did hand Salazar a lemon. I think I only have 8 lemons left.
Yeah, if Salazar eats a lemon, he gets 12 additional hit points, which would kick him up to 90 then. But 12 would be temporary.
Saving all my lemons.
They're good. They're a good item.
I'll make a lemon meringue pie.
Did I keep any of the rock candy on myself? No, I think I put it all on the cart, which we left with the addict.
Do you know what else you left with the addict?
Literally all of our red sugar.
Oh no, no worse than that.
Whole lot of stuff.
The jam?
No, you had the
No,
jam.
wait, we put the jam in. Fuck. The cart, the gold, literally everything?
The spider chest with all the potions.
Oh, God. I'm going to name it Chester.
So there may be less than 50 when you get it back.
Oh yeah, Toadstool's definitely going on Toadstool.
Well, he sent that video of that guy that was drinking all the potions to see what happened, like all at the same time.
That's right. Toad's Wild Ride.
What's great is you guys will have to go find him and realize he never actually left the initial starting point.
He's just camping in the lemon orchard.
Well, I mean, nobody in their right mind's gonna attack it. It's goddamn drow spies and stuff and ambushes all over the place, and he's protected. So they're just like, this dude's been here for 7 days, man. Every now and then they'll just leave a flask of water by him, so he doesn't die because he's protected. He'll wake up and be like, the lemons keep giving me food and water.
So I think that we should book it for Mr. Honeycutt.
Yep, I agree. Let's find Mr. Honeycutt. He should be the mayor in town. We know that he's a rat kid.
We don't have... Oh, shit. We don't have any sort of transportation, do we?
Well,
I
sure
mean,
we do.
Salazar has the horse. The rabbit can run pretty fast. But we don't have a cart. And my stubby little legs.
Well, it only takes you about 15 minutes to get to the mayor's mansion.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I thought we had a ways to go.
Oh no, you're thinking the mansion on the outskirts of town, past the mining.
The murder mansion where there were all the dead nerds.
No, the murder mansion is the mayor's house. But I'm saying there was.
Why do we trust this guy again?
We're not sure yet, but we've been told by several different candy people and candy adjacent people that he's trustworthy. So
he has dead bodies in his closet, literally.
Well, we're going to find out. We'll ask him about that.
So I'm just going to say this. Are we sure we're on the right side?
That's what I'm kind of questioning. Like, Mr. Honeycutt had dead bodies in his closet, and we're running his errands, getting these orbs. Sure, we're bringing back the color, which seems like a positive thing, but we revived a Draco Lich and an ancient Drow army at this point
So
from
technically-
getting
really think
two
we
of
should-
these things.
We should really think about this because we could go back and either fight with their army
Oh, that's
or
a bad friend.
maybe not fight with their army and be part of their I don't know.
We could
like,
be spies.
spies even. I mean, what if I'm just trying to make sure we're doing the right thing.
You're the herald. They
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
you're like their
I
god at this point. They like think that you're like Jesus Christ to them.
Yep, a messenger of their god. So Jesus is
Well,
kind
I
of
mean-
the equivalent, but you're like an avatar of their god. Which is
So
like
maybe we
Amazing.
should go back and maybe. I mean, I'm kind of torn right now because I don't know exactly what we should be doing. Because I thought we were trying to prevent this, and then everything kind of led up to it actually happening. And now that it's happening, I'm kind of.
I don't think
I don't
they're
know.
connected. I don't think the colors leaving and the drow or driders, I don't think they're necessarily connected linear. I think they're more connected as in big picture connected, as in things balancing. My opinion. But I don't think they have a direct connection to the candy people. They didn't even know about the candy people.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Is like they didn't know about the candy people. They've been dormant for like 1,000 years. They
Well, and when I
think that
mentioned
there's
the candy
dwarves
people-
and elves that are controlling everything, but like it's been replaced with candy people.
The mayor,
Right, and when I mentioned them, they were like, "Oh no, we want humans and elves," and they didn't even know what I was, or she didn't even know what I was talking about.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we're
that's-
like the
that's
only
something.
squishy races that they've ever seen because we're not from here. We got isekai'd into this place.
Yeah, in fact, they were probably banished to this land and forgotten about.
So what if we were part of a summoning that they did? With when that temple was, just hypothetically, what if that temple, we don't know how long it was shut down. What if, or maybe time was different. What if they
I
did rituals?
doubt it because it was pretty dormant when we got there.
Right,
But
but what
still,
if time just was
it
different?
can't be a coincidence that you've got the tattoo and everything, and we're able to open everything.
What
Like
if we were
you've
summoned here?
somehow obtained the blessing of some drow god. Clearly,
I think maybe they are your distant ancestors.
Then it's funny that
So
you
ma-
found a random drow in the temple too.
Well, that is
Yeah, we
true.
just sort of
and then all
found
of a
you.
sudden, and then all of a sudden, you guys just find a random drow, like that this happened to too. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, what do
And
you
then-
know about this? I turned to the drow that's in our mix.
And also, Veronica, like none of the other party members know this, but your special thing you got, like that's important. Because remember, I told you where you got it from.
Oh yeah.
That nothing is there by coincidence. I try to have everything all worked out, but like that's your stuff. You don't have to tell anybody if you don't want to. That's your secret. But secrets get parties killed, but it's still yours. So, and I want to clarify.
If you want to share, now is a great time.
I was gonna say you guys are getting Honeycut and Greystone mixed up. The mansion in town is the mayor, and that's Mayor Honeycut, and then Greystone is the fucked up haunted Casper mansion outside town, past the mining facility.
with the bodies.
No, the
we
mayor's
haven't
mansion.
been to yes, we've only been to the mayor's mansion. The mayor's mansion had the bodies. We originally assumed the mayor was Candy and later found out that no, he is a ratkin or were-rat.
And somebody has killed all those dead people you found. There were some ratkins and there were some candy people. Somebody's killed the entire oh, I should know this. The
Entourage at the mayor's house.
The little secret society. They've murdered everybody except the little druid girl and Red and Mr. Honeycutt. They're the only ones left alive out of that organization.
And Pink.
So it's not likely that Mr. Honeycutt's a serial killer.
Pink was never part of the organization. I'm sorry, I need to find out what it's called again. The Lorekeeper Society, right? That sound right?
That sounds right.
That does sound right.
Yeah. Everybody in the Lorekeeper Society was killed except Red, the ranger, Mr. Honeycutt, and then the little trainee. And now Toadstool, he's also a member of the Lorekeeper Society.
Yeah, he is.
But he doesn't have any idea what's happened. He's not privy to any of the information yet because he hasn't asked him any questions.
So let's see what information the mayor has for us, eh? Also, what information our new drow friend, because this is a new person, right? That is coming along with us from.
Yeah, she just sort of, like, when shit hit the fan, went through a portal with us. Honestly, we know very little about her.
Yeah. So
As
hello.
far as
I
you're
gave her a
concerned-
lemon to be nice.
As far as you're concerned, she could have came out of the floor like the rest of the drow were coming out of the floor. I mean, because she had that stuff on her. So, I mean, you're assuming drow were coming out of the floor and then gearing
And
up.
we saw him suit up, yeah.
So you're assuming that's probably she's one of them. Maybe she's a spy but yeah. Or maybe she's just supposed to go with Ingo to make sure, like, as a bodyguard. Because, I mean, Elrena looks built as shit, like, and is wielding a full plate and a great sword and is very strong looking. So, she looks like bodyguard material.
Yeah, she definitely looks about as built as Ingo. I think they have the same strengths there.
Yep.
So, yeah, you got your body double there, Ingo.
Good. Now you can start pulling the cart.
I mean, we can take shifts. We can take shifts, definitely.
There we go.
I just love how the women are physically the strongest in the party.
Hell yeah.
The men are a bunny and a halfling and a dwarf.
And a goblin. I mean, the dwarf's pretty strong, though, but I mean, most of the males are like little people.
Remember, we changed my goblin gender.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
I don't know if the rest
So-
of you wants to ask this, but if they have like any questions for my character too, they can ask away.
Well, yeah, we're going to Mr. Honeycutt's mansion. It's now like a safe place. Well, relatively safe place. They gave us a portal. We can tell Mr. Honeycutt what the fuck's going on with this invasion, and we can ask you questions, and you can be like, hey, I'm not with them.
Or are you? So yeah, on the way to the mayor's manor, I'll definitely start chatting you up. Be like, hey, I'm Lalatheon, Haringon. As you can see, I like to talk and do a little music here and there. I'm a bard. What? I can tell you're a drow, but you don't seem to be a drider. Are you? What brings you to
Yeah,
incorporate-
Lalatheon's a bunny.
incorporate into our group? What's going on here? Tell me your story.
My character would be like, your party was the first one I've seen after the whole thing with me going in there solo. I got kind of swallowed into a chest and got spat out inside that white goo. Not the best experience either, but just know that I'm not one of those the creatures that came from the white goo, those fellow drow of mine, but I have no affiliation with them. I just came looking for treasure mostly through here and figured, hey, it looked abandoned enough. Why not try?
Are you from this world then?
No, that's a solid no. This is
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I got isekai here as well.
Okay.
Well, I believe her.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll roll.
I figured I
again.
should roll an insight and see how likely my character is to believe the story.
Boop boop boop.
Oh, and then here's your first thing: the little nerds people they were talking about. You're actually watching like little nerds people run around this village, like it's a society.
Of
Like there's
candy
actual
people.
little candy people, the nerds candy people running around. You're probably like, what the hell? Like, and you guys are the only ones that are not nerds people.
Yeah, and so I go on to explain to her. I'm like, yeah. So those drow seem to want to wipe out all of the surface people, but are completely unaware of these candy people that live up here. They're looking to kill dwarves and elves and humans, but
Well, did you
we're
see
the
those
only
portals?
ones of those we've seen.
Those portals look like they went all over the place.
Yeah, they seem to go across the entire multiverse. This is very bad.
Well, you didn't get a chance to look at the schematics closer like you wanted to do. Oh, I was gonna ask, did you put the pink gem in the crown or not? I know you put the red one in the well.
Pinky had the pink gem.
Nope, the GM just asked us, so we have it. We do it.
No, yet. Okay, yeah. So then the fountain would have like red and pink swirls in it. Like that's the only thing that would change.
Ooh.
Is there any order to this? Like, does it go pink, red, and then so we can kind of tell the next color, or are they kind of in random?
You're assuming they're random, but I remember Vivian made a roll a while back with the Roy G. Biv thing, so you're assuming you're trying to create like some kind of rainbow or prism, is what Vivian was saying, I think, like 4 sessions ago.
Yep, I remember the Roy G. Biv, and I remember telling him that pink is not a part of Roy G. Biv.
But it is on the crown, so.
All right.
No, you're correct.
So
it's not part. Well, technically, it is part of it, but it's not part of the official Roy G. Biv colors.
So our
Yeah, by
our new
technicality.
But it's a color in a box of nerds.
so our new strong lady. What is your name again?
I go by Alrena.
Okay. And what do you do? Like if you're going to contribute to the group, what can we expect out of you? Do you pick locks? Do you kung fu people's faces? Blast people, shoot arrows? Do you talk to people? I mean,
I'm not so
everybody
much
has
of a people person, but I'm pretty good at slashing things, and
I mean, you notice the greatsword and that she's built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
Like she's as built as Ingo, and Ingo is like a bodybuilder.
So are you a knight of some type or?
I guess you could say that. Yeah. Out of character, more so my character is like a fighter.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I'm Bard. Toadstool that we won't see for a couple days. He's an addict, but his class is a druid.
I like how you mentioned he's an addict.
Yeah, we got this red candy, like red rock candy from the first dungeon we were in. It's highly addictive, but it raises your stats. Toad is addicted to it. He cannot stop consuming it, or his stats go back down. And he basically gets yeah, he basically goes through withdrawals.
And he's been taking it long enough too that he's starting to see things.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, Hi, my name is Toadstool. I'm an addict.
He's isekaiing in his own isekai, except for his is all visuals.
And then these lemons we found in this grove, which raise your max HP. They're really nice.
Yeah, the rock candy increases your intelligence and your dexterity.
I really should be addicted to that. I just didn't want to fucks with it.
Well, and what's messed with you guys too is after he took it on the third day and he started seeing stuff, some of the stuff he was seeing was actually really there. It's like he was seeing a different reality.
Yeah, basically we all just watched Toad do this and we're like, I don't think I'm going to touch this stuff.
Yeah, he was our warning.
Valid.
All right, well, good to meet you. We are always looking for more people from our realm to try and help us return. And I guess don't stab us in the back, and we won't stab you in the back.
Hang on. What if those portals went to our home?
I would have had to
Nobody
have
said
gotten
that.
a look at their interplanar map that they had to be able to be certain, but I didn't see our home on there when I looked from what little I looked.
Okay.
There was a lot going on though, Vivian.
Yeah, there was. Like, I only got the briefest of glances at that map. If we could have somehow gotten that map, though, we could have done some things.
Oh no, it wasn't just
Well,
a
I mean, we
map.
could
Like it's
go
an
back
entire
anytime.
long table. Well, yeah, you could and go. No, it was an entire war table. Like there was, you know, like in movies where they move around the little soldiers in the ships, and like there was all kinds of shit.
You remember I have photographic memory, right?
Yes, but
If-
considering
if
the
I-
angle and how far away you were, like that's the best.
Yep.
You could do.
That's what I'm saying. If I could have actually gotten up to the table and memorized everything on that table, we would be in a much different position.
I'm sorry, Ingo. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, like, after we talk to the mayor, maybe we should go back. I think that's a dumb idea.
I think we should meet up with Toad, potentially.
Which would be on the way back either way.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we take the path that we know he's taking back, so we intersect with him in a couple of days.
I think Ingo has a point. What if, in character, what if one of those portals leads us back home? I mean, yes, it would be great to be able to help these candies out with their color, but honestly, at this point, as much as I help them, I also feel like we possibly are unleashing harmful things. So if I have a way to
into our realm
that gets me out of whatever this kookiness is without more guilt / obligation, I mean, I might take that. I'd be willing to research that option.
I want to know what they're doing. I want to see that war table up close.
But I agree we should.
And we got the Herald and a, high commander here who might be able to sneak me up to that map.
I mean, all that takes is an invisibility spell, which I'm sure somebody can come up with by the time we get back there.
Well, I don't have invisibility, but no, like, just, I mean, if Jesus Christ walks up and said, "Hey, I'd like to see your table. Can my friend see your table?" They might go for it.
True. They might.
I feel like the connection with the high priestess. Do I still feel that?
You What's a good way to describe it? You feel tethered to the holy symbol, like it's like there's a definite connection, like it feels alive.
I do think we should get what information we can from the mayor first before we.
Yeah, you're right. We're here. We should figure out what we can from here.
Yeah, because
Much-
the best way
I
to
agree.
describe it is your character has no recollection of how being a cleric works because that's not your class. But like you've Salazar's described it some where you just are able to like talk to your god and your god talks back to you, and then Toadstool talked about it too, where you could like when you were basically praying, you actually got an answer. It feels like that could happen with the holy symbol.
You
like-
are a favorite soul.
Okay.
Like it's not like you're just talking to a necklace. Like you actually feel like somebody's on the other side listening, which is really weird for your character because that's not normal.
How far are we from the mansion?
Well, I think you're there by now because you would have. I said it was 15 minutes from the well, and then I just wanted to make sure you
Okay.
put both stones in the well, which you said you did, and then so like you would have been asking El Reina questions on the way to the mayor's house, and now you're back at the mayor's house, which that little Girl Scout would be sitting outside.
So we've learned from Alrena that she was isekai'd into this dimension as well, and doesn't have anything to do with this particular branch of Drow.
True. Well,
we
she
know that
knows
for
it's
sure,
not
right?
her. I'm sorry. What?
We know that for sure.
Well, that's what she's telling you, and she doesn't appear. I mean, you can do an insight check. And
I mean, I already did an insight earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
I did too.
yeah, it doesn't
And
appear
Nico had a
she's
freaking
lying.
19.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't appear she's lying, but she also said they're not part of my tribe. But the interesting fact is she came out of the ground the same time the rest of those people did. So who's to say they weren't, as you say, isekai'd or teleported in from different planes of existence at that exact point as well, just because they were drow.
True.
Like
A
just
lot of
Okay.
information on the table that we don't know.
Curiouser and curiouser.
because I mean, if you were gonna do a major attack, you would summon every drow in existence or whatever to a single location for disbursement. I mean, if you had those capabilities, which would be insane. That's some 10th level, so to speak, god magic.
Yeah,
Where's,
so
Lala?
us activating that temple was bad.
Where's Lala in relation to where I'm at right now? Like, is he?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to make a
Going forward
little
on the-
layout of the. I'm gonna have to find a thing with the well in a house for you
I
guys.
assume we're all standing in front of the mayor's house at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll get a graphic so we can actually have a visual depiction rather than just it's in the fourth dimension, so to speak.
So we're probably
Theater
all
of the
Wait until-
mind, yeah.
I'll wait until after we talk to the mayor, but I want to speak with Lala privately. So we'll do the mayor thing, and then I'll take him on the side and talk to him.
Right now, like I said, you're standing in front of the steps of the mayor's house, and the little girl that was having a birthday party and Elowen are just talking and giggling and playing with dollies and some kind of match game, like card match game, and Elowen is actually trying to recruit the little girl that was having a birthday party into the Lorekeeper Society. She's talking that numbers are abysmally low.
Ooh, I want to do something. I touch her doll and cast Prestidigitation to make the dress on the doll super sparkly.
You get a reaction similar to the what is that called? With the evil guy or whatever. It's so shiny, I'm gonna die. Like the unicorn, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. They both freak.
Yes.
Nice, I made children happy.
I check really quick to see if the mayor is home.
You would, like I said, the doors at this point are ajar, so you could just walk in. Like one of them's kind of open. You can walk in. There's some kind of partial cleaning crew going on, and in the dining hall, after you leave the antechamber, you can see at the large dining table that it looks like Red and Mr. Honeycutt have all this paper and these books all over the place, and they're kind of trying to find something, it looks like.
Okay. Well, there we go. I will then approach. Yeah, 100%. I will head up to the mayor and Red.
And also at this point, Mr. Honeycutt looks like a yellow nerd, not a ratkin.
Huh?
So he's a were nerd.
I will put on detect magic and see if he is enchanted or cursed or something.
I suppose mildly magical. I mean, there's a spell called Detect Curse, right? Or I suppose
No, there's
Detect
not. I don't think there's detect curse. I think it's just detect magic, but I don't know if that would detect. I mean, I guess if it's curse, it probably would.
Class of magic.
I don't know. I'll let you do detect magic, and then I suppose you'd be able to detect potential enchantments.
So I'm just going to come out and ask him verbally. I'm just going to be like, "What? So we were under the impression that you were a were-rat, and you don't seem to be a were-rat to me. Is this a mistaken impression?"
He would give you a 1,000-mile stare and be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about," and then just kind of wink with his left eye.
I see. So we need to be filled in on a whole lot, because last time we were here, there was a bunch of dead people in your closet, and this is, we're not sure what's going on. I don't know if
we're still investigating who murdered them. It's being cleaned up, obviously. A lot of those were my friends.
When did you become aware of them? I guess I would like to ask.
Well, he would kind of motion you in really close, and he would say, like, we're the secretive Lorekeeper Society, and the only ones remaining are the initiate outside, Elowin, Red, and I. Someone took it upon themselves to kill the entire Lorekeeper Society.
That's my insight for him, because
he just comes out and tells you. He's like, and we need to. He's like, I'm more concerned with why they would kill all of us as opposed to like, I don't really care about who. I need to know what we knew that was so important that they had to kill. They were trying to kill all of us so that it didn't get out.
Well, I still remember. I'm not verbalizing this, but I'm thinking this and reminding everybody. I still remember seeing bloody were-rat prints coming from that closet, which is why we originally thought that the mayor might have killed the people, because we saw bloody were-rat paw prints.
Well, you thought there were were-rat prints, but there were ratkin that were killed in that closet as well.
Okay.
No, you just figured out that Honeycutt is a were-rat, not a ratkin.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Lorekeeper Society is nerds and ratkin, but like he's a special kid.
Okay.
There were rat footprints, though. You are correct there.
But they were smaller, like a rat kid, not a were-rat.
Well, he's a small were-rat anyway, so they would have looked like ratkin footprints.
Oh, so indistinguishable.
Yeah, indistinguishable.
Well, Knoll versus werewolf.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to interject and be like, well, we found 2 of these gems and put them in the fountain, which was what we think we're supposed to be doing. But we've got a bigger crisis going on right now. There's a temple full of drow opening portals across the multiverse to try to create an extinction event.
He's like, I know what a multiverse is, but what's a drow?
I gesture
point
to our
our
friend,
companion.
like her, but evil.
We all point.
Everyone just points at me. I
Yeah.
point at myself even.
I just kind of gesture at you, and I'm like, she would be a drow, but she's not with them.
He's like, I should hope so, being you're bringing her into such a delicate situation.
Yeah, no, we vetted her on the way. And then I wink at him with my left eye.
Okay. He just gives you a nod. He would say, I was under the assumption that returning the gems would fix this problem, but it appears every time we restore a gem, something even more terrible happens.
Calamitous. Yes. Agreed.
That's what we've noticed as well.
So does the power that this gives you guys balance any of this out, or should we just kind of go F off? Because we're just making things worse here.
I've always wanted to try fishing.
He'd say, based on what's happening, it will bring back the one true God King to our world, which would be extremely good and beneficial for our society. But it sounds like if you're saying that there's a multiverse attack, it means it could cause the extinction of the entire multiverse except for our society, which that's not. I'm not sure that that's a justified thing to go toward.
Yeah, it sounds like we're restoring one realm at the expense of all of the other realms, and that's bad.
I mean, I want y'all to have colors, but you guys could just come to our realm and have colors there. Well, all these fudged up folks can hang out in this realm. And then we could use this realm as like a prison realm.
I mean, we can't just abandon this realm after that Draco Lich woke up.
I mean, I vote prison realm.
But what if they get out? They have the portals.
Well, they were already going through the portals.
Yeah, they were already going through the portals. Like, we need to stop this.
Yeah,
we need an army. They have an army. We're not enough.
We just need to break some portals, right? We just need to stop their ability to portal.
He looks
At
at you
best, I have dispel magic a couple times a day. I could maybe break a couple of portals.
He looks at you and he thinks for a second, Lilithian, and then he goes, what if this is the prison realm?
I think it is, man.
And each of the gems is a key.
I've been fudged with ever since I got teleported here, so I don't know what I did, but must have been something awful.
And each of the gems is a key, unlocking different things.
Uh-oh.
Not to mention that I got dragged into a drow invasion I had no part of, just because I look like I came out of the white goo that was at the temple.
Well, like I said, though, your character, like what's happening at that temple is like what every drow reads in their little history books. Like this seems like the Great War against the drow, like that was happening there.
This is your end of days.
And I mean, in the book it said, and on that day all drow shall be summoned or whatever to participate. So like you literally, it's like it's happening. Like for your character, like basically your Bible said all drow will be summoned. Like so.
Revelations.
Yeah, it's drow
and
revelations.
you were just kind of like, fuck that.
To be summoned.
Yeah, it's basically drow revelations, and you're getting to live through it. Which brings me back to your special thing I told you about. Maybe that's why you got summoned.
I'm just a bunny, you know. I can't I can't be fighting wars and shit. I can make y'all a little better. Talk you up and give you some nice encouragement, but in the end of the day, I just kind of want to go back to my burrow and snuggle up.
And then out of game, Salazar has his own little thing that's happening. So like, two of you already have like major things that are reasons, I should say, is to like it's kind of checking out. But like Lalathian said, like, what did he do to deserve this?
Yeah.
So it seems like each gem is kind of for each one of you. Like,
the question is, like, do we go look for another gem and leave this invasion going on, or do we try to fight back against this invasion somehow? Like, they trust us currently. We could go back to the temple and try to sabotage something.
But what if they're the good guys?
I find that very unlikely.
well,
True.
that could be it. But there's also the thing too of like this. If the draw wants to tell people, this technically has already happened. So like it's happening again, or you're reliving the past, or it's a prison dimension.
We're going to be able to stop anything. It's kind of, we opened the flood. Well, I opened floodgates, and it's just happening. I don't think there's anything we can do to fix it.
Seems like we need to find someone who actually knows what the hell's going on in this realm. And Mr. Honeycutt, this seems above his pay grade.
The sad fact is he's the Lorekeeper Society. They're supposed to be the people that know the stuff, but somebody killed all but like two of them.
Is there like an office or like a library that has all the lore?
What sucks is I don't have Speak with Dad.
Well, no, like I said, half the bookshelves in here are empty, and the books are all over this huge dining room table. Like, it's one of those long-ass tables that's like 100 feet long, probably, and like there's just open books and scrolls and just all kinds of shit all over the place. Like, they're trying to figure out what you guys are asking. What's so important?
All right. Two things. First off, I would like to do a sending, because I think this will give us some information. And sending goes across, I believe sending goes across planes.
Let me look it up.
Sending. Short 25-word message or fewer to a creature you have met or a creature described to you by someone who has met it. Target hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables target to understand the meaning of your message. You can send messages across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there is a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. You know if the delivery fails. Upon receiving your message, a creature can block your ability to reach it again with this spell for 8 hours. Boop, 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 boop. So, I would like to do a sending to the elven leader of my plane of existence.
Because I'm old school. Are you talking like high elves or wood elves or?
No, that's fair. That's fair. They all still in 5e. They all still have. Would go with high elves.
I'm not going to lump them together because elves are my jam. So I mean, I think that's lame that they were trying to create two different factions.
In fact, nowadays in 5e, they even have astral elves and Feywild elves.
Okay, yeah. Because I was going to say at one point they were trying to make it just drow and then other elves, and I was like, that's lame. What are we for?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I love the million different versions of elves.
Well, and dwarves and gnomes and stuff. Like, I don't like everything just being one or two choices. There should be multiple different kinds. That's what makes D&D cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like it if you go into like a jungle biome, there's like fucking jungle gnomes.
Yes.
And it's like, what the hell's a jungle gnome? It's like, we're gonna find out.
All right. So, which faction of elves are you going to try and contact?
High elf.
Okay, so the quote-unquote ones that think they're the best ones there are. All right.
Yep. The ones that believe that they are the leadership and responsible for all other elves because they are above them.
They're pompous butt faces. All right.
So 25 words. Crap.
You're in for a hell of a surprise. We'll put it that way.
Huh. Greetings, great lords. Lilithion Bard here. Nerdonia. Possible prison plane. Possible prisoner escape. Possible drow invasion. You can reply to this message.
All right, give me your percentile roll. Let's see if you fail.
All right, 5%. Let's see what we got. You know what? We'll roll in here. So I am rolling a D100, and I'm assuming if it's anything over 5, we're golden.
Well, you can pick high or low. It's your choice. I don't care. It's just 5% one way or the other.
That's what I'm picking. If it's anything over 5, golden.
All right.
All right. 74 is what I got out of a D100.
All right. You receive an almost instantaneous response. What would it be? Just complete and utter arrogance, and it's in also very, very ancient Elven. This problem was dealt with over 10,000 years ago. Go back to drinking. We don't need your assistance for the second coming. Just a total arrogant, like, we have things under control, you're an idiot.
Okay. Do I gather from that it's a confirmation that this is happening? That they are actually experiencing it, but they have it under control, or that they just disbelieve?
The gist is it's already happened or whatever, and it's history over 10,000 years ago, and that if it were to happen again, it would end even faster than the first time. They would just deal with it. Like, complete arrogance, though. Like, it's not even a discussion.
So they don't have it.
Like, they basically don't believe what you're saying. They think you're just a drunk. They're telling you to go back to drinking.
Yeah. It's a little of both. I gotcha. Okay.
Well, I think that we should take their advice, go back to drinking, and then contact someone else.
And being you're a bard, I'm going to give you I don't know, what's your bard knowledge roll? What is that? Is it just whatever the skill is?
For any lore, it's usually history.
All right, let's roll history then.
I am not good at history. Here you go. Skabamf. Take a mighty 7.
If you didn't know better, it almost sounds like there were bits of necromantic language mixed in with the Elven. But considering how bad you rolled, you're probably just thinking you're wrong.
Yeah. And what I've replied to the others is, well, I reached out to the elves, and the elves said they got it. They're golden. So They then told me to go back to drinking because. So,
Well, I just don't believe you. Well, and it would have sounded like super annoyed and pissed off you even tried talking to it.
Honestly, I don't think going to the tavern's the worst idea.
I think we're free and clear at this point to do it.
I mean, we don't have any actual money, and I've not seen any currency used in this realm. But I think we could, if we have any of us have any rock candy on us, I'm sure we could trade it for a couple of drinks.
I have
I was
noticed.
gonna say also my character has a water skin of liquor too. We can all share.
Huzzah! I totally forgot about that.
I remembered it, but I wasn't going to imply.
10,000-year-old dark elf vodka, basically.
I have noticed
Ooh.
that every time we find another gem, we do get more powerful in whatever realm this is.
Yeah, you get 6 levels or 3 levels, bang, you know.
Does give us more ability to both protect ourselves and to kind of steer whatever this stuff is that's happening around us. So I would also be for finding more gems, whether it helps or hurts this realm, because
I just
at
think
this
that
point-
honestly we could use a rest after we just teleported back here. We're waiting for Toad. Just met with Mr. Honeycutt. Tried to send a message to the elves and got shot down. We need to sit down and think. Get to know our new companion. Do some drinking. Take a short rest.
Is there a temple nearby? Like, whatever faith, it doesn't matter, but is there like a temple or a temple within the mansion or anything like that?
No, there's a temple in town. It'd be probably direct north of the fountain, and it would there'd be like a giant rainbow over the door. Well, it's not really a rainbow to you guys. It would just be like the red part, but you could tell it's a rainbow because the red would be at the top, and then there'd be other layers. So some
Okay.
rainbow temple.
I was just thinking we do some downtime at the tavern.
Cool. Let's finish getting our information from the governor first, or the mayor.
Yeah.
So what else do you know, Mayor? So far you've been able to point us to at least one of the gyms. Do you have any further information that we can use? While
Right,
he's
one
thinking
sec.
about Yep, you're good. While he's thinking about it, so I can throw more stuff at the GM, I'm going to do that same sending, except for to the dwarven leader of my original plane of existence, and try to think of 5 other things I can throw at you while you're trying to juggle. So we have a drow, we have a half drow, we have a halfling, thinks he's a mushroom. We have a dwarven kind of paladin. I think he told us he was a paladin. Pretty sure. And a goblin wizard. That's definitely not Ranma. Ranma, na 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 na. Boom, boom.
All right. So the dwarven was it the dwarven response would roll your failure
Oh yeah.
or your failure change.
Yep, same. Here you go. 77 this time.
Are you sending this to like Durger, mountain dwarves, hill dwarves, gully dwarves?
Mountain dwarves. Mountain dwarves. Let's not go messing with the gully dwarves.
Crazy old gully dwarves. They can only count to 4.
Yep. All right. So the mountain dwarf would say, you kind of get the same response. My, what? How would they say that? My father. My forefather from 10,000 years ago dealt with that situation. If they are truly coming back or whatever, that's just, I know very little about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Because you would almost get like confusion, and you would get a little humility, actually. From like they didn't even think that was fucking possible.
Nice.
Well, at least somebody might be warned in case.
We might have found allies at least.
Well, because that will put the fear into them, because they're like, yeah, we're good, man. The drow can't hurt us. And then, like, what do you mean there could be a second coming? And it just got lost through the history because they're not like elves. They don't live as long.
Yep. And then pumping Mayor for info. Mayor info.
Well, like I said, him and Red are just trying to figure out what is like what was so important, like the information. He would say like he would say the most I can think of is to go find Orange, but he's the town drunk.
There we go.
I have an idea then.
That's information.
I just read our new friend in the water skin. Like, I wanted to hit up the tavern anyway. Let's go find Orange.
There we go.
Okay, has anyone drank that draw vodka yet?
No, I haven't.
She hasn't given it to me.
All right, good. When that happens, I just need to know. Because, like I said, it's 10,000-year-old drow vodka, so...
You get polka dots.
Yeah, like even I have. Excuse me. Even I haven't taken a sip of it yet.
Okay.
But I did offer it for this, so everyone knew about it.
Oh, if I was offered the flask, I'll take a hit.
Yeah, same.
Toad's not here. So
That's why I wanted to go to the tavern, break open one of that, and have a shot and see what happens.
Okay, well, if you're going to leave Honeycutt and Red to pour over their tomes and scrolls and stuff, that's fine. And then, before you go to the inn, are we just skipping going back to the drow for now and then going to the inn instead?
Yeah, let's go to the tavern for now.
The tavern is much closer than the drow.
That's true.
Yes, very closer.
All right, so the tavern owner would look happy, and he'd bring over shot glasses and cups for you. Really nice ones, too, that are actually chilled.
Ooh.
I would invite the tavern owner to, to join us in this as we're cracking.
Does the tavern owner have sodas on tap? Because it's like a candy land?
Sure. Yeah, it'd be like a
so he can mix like some Mountain Dew with our vodka.
That's true.
Or maybe an energy drink.
That is true. He would probably have all that stuff. And I want to say, too, you guys have noticed that this is like I said, there's no money, and I've tried to make that explicitly clear. You can't even find money. But, like, this has a very Star Trek feel to it as a society.
Yeah. Everything is just provided.
Like, people seem to only be doing stuff for food, survival, and fun. So.
I offer my water skin of vodka to whoever wants to take the first shot, and I'll follow up with them.
And the betterment of their society.
I want to try to make a dex check.
For what?
I'm going to mix drinks.
Okay.
Or what would I roll for that?
I mean, it'd be like herbalism, I suppose, like some kind of crafting herbalism.
Well, Dex to do like crazy bartending shit.
Well, that'd be Dex then. But I mean, the bartender can do that for you, and then he'd be telling you what.
Sleight of
probably makes-
hand.
Hey, I did it.
He'd seem
That's
impressed. And everybody, I'm gonna need Constitution rolls -5 with a penalty, or at a disadvantage.
All right.
No, and that's off a single shot. That's not.
That's hilarious. All right, Constitution saves with
I think I'm
disadvantage
dead.
and -5 penalty.
I think I might be dead too.
So I have a quick question to ask. In relation, like when we roll, when the number is highlighted red, what does that mean?
That means you
You
rolled in
rolled a
that one.
You
Means
did
you
as bad
fumbled.
as you can do.
You did, yes.
Yeah, like technically speaking, with a -5 penalty, I'm at -2. Your nat 1 is worse.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And that one means like an automatic failure. At least that's what it
Yeah.
used to mean.
Well, I have a 5, and you said -5, so I got a 0.
I was gonna say I didn't get a nat one, but I got a -1.
Good God, people!
So are we dead, or are we just like past
Oh my
the fuck?
God. We only did one shot of like vodka, basically, but there's something that's gonna happen. So we got Darius doing this too, or
I think we
He
all
should.
did,
He's like healthy now.
except for Toadstool.
Well, I did roll.
Yeah.
I said I got a
I was
0
gonna be
because
so
I rolled a
pissed.
5.
oh, that was you talking. I'm sorry.
Everybody
Oh my
did it, but
gosh.
Toadstool.
Oh, so everybody got trash. Okay, all right.
Yes,
All of
every
you,
single Toadstool.
everybody failed, and basically you're just sitting in your chair and you're paralyzed. You can't move. You can still see what's going on and hear what's going on, but you can't move.
Oh, fun.
Well, Victoria never rolled. I don't see her roll. You rolled? What do you get?
I was just saying I don't know how to do it on here. Sorry, I'm really confused. I'm new to
Oh
this.
yeah, you're new to Roll20. Click your character sheet and then click on Constitution and roll that twice. Or I guess just once. That should have advantage. Wow, okay, she didn't fuck up.
Disadvantage -5.
Yeah, disadvantage -5, so she got 14 -5.
Yep.
That's a 9. So she
Failure.
That's still a failure. Fuck.
All right, so everybody's sitting there, like I said, in their chairs, and you can't move, and you're just limp. And then the bartender collapses to the floor because he was just standing there after a shot. He just collapses to the floor. You hear a couple people start screaming or whatever, and then finally one person that you can see, whoever's facing her, like, because remember you can't move, so probably people with their backs to the bar would see a woman who was sitting in the corner who looks like she was crying, like she's like, idiot, someone go get the priest or whatever. And she comes over and she starts she goes behind the bar and comes back out and she starts putting blankets on you. Not like over your faces and stuff, but like she's assuming you're something went wrong.
Right. She's not trying to smother us.
No. No, she figures you took too much or whatever. She's trying to do medicinal stuff. Like you're in shock. She figures you're in shock. Or going through the DTs or something. Finally, the screaming stops after a couple of seconds. She looks over at the woman that's just, it's like that single woman screaming, or dude screaming in a movie for just crazy for no reason. And just, she looks over at him and is just, will you shut up?
It's like the goat.
Yeah, like the goat. After about 10 minutes, you got a little elderly nerd wander in. Lime green colored. starts prying your eyes open and stuff like that, and holding the candle close to it. You know, basically like shining a light in your eyes.
Yep.
Starts asking the lady what happened. He grabs he takes the wineskin and opens it up and takes the smell of it or whatever, and then kind of like doesn't even veer away. He's like, "What is this stuff?" And he corks it back up.
It's a new poison for our arrows now.
And he starts
Right.
yeah. And he takes out a chunk of it looks like rock candy basically.
Of course.
And he holds it under your nose, and it just smells awful. But it's basically all of you can move again.
Whew.
It's basically smelling salt on rock candy, and all of you are you get the bonuses. You get your +2 int and your +2 dex.
That's some strong stuff.
He's like, "What did you drink?" It's like he says it smells like water, but that must have been some kind of paralytic poison.
I was just gonna say, look, from those effects, that's stuff we should be coating our weapons in.
My character began to speak. It was some drow alcohol I found in the temple.
El Arena, I will give you a history check.
Oh shit. Okay.
I will aid that history check
All right.
so you can have advantage. So you can roll twice and take the highest number.
Okay. 1 sec.
So 15.
15.
Okay. You would realize this is how they used to make draw vodka in the old days, all the way back to second edition. They used to mix it with phase spider poison, and they would play a game. Whoever could make it to 3 shots and still be conscious or whatever, like, was the winner.
Got everybody else's shit.
And they quit doing it like that because, like, you'd get paralyzed, and if some of the troops were doing that in public, you're worthless then at that point.
Yup. Whew. All right. Well, that's definitely a barrel of usefulness right there. I can tell you that much.
Right?
So we just drink spider venom?
Phase spider venom. They're temporal spiders, and they milk them to get the venom out of them. It's
Damn.
a paralytic, time-stopping venom, basically.
Yeah, coat your weapons in that stuff.
That's if you don't get it on yourself. It's contact-based. So you gotta be hella careful if you're gonna try and.
So we basically just drank complete nastiness.
Well, you drank a contact poison, which is fucking bad.
Yeah, we did. I'm glad we went to the bar to do it and didn't just do this at Honeycutt's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine it would have turned out worse.
So we're looking for orange. So
Okay, the woman that covered you up that was crying actually says you're looking for my husband. She has
yes, if your husband is orange, absolutely. And thank you very much. This was very kind and helpful.
I've had to deal with my husband's nonsense before.
Ah.
He's probably went to Greystones or whatever to guard for money or whatever to buy more liquor with again.
Money?
He do that very often.
Every now and then. He's got a rock candy addiction and a liquor addiction, and he's always
So
getting into fights, especially with Greystone's men,
I
and he's
haven't
over there
noticed-
gambling.
I was going to say, I haven't noticed money being used around here very much, but so do they use money over at Greystone's Manor?
Greystone's trying to incorporate this whole new societal thing with like coins, where you instead of people trading and bartering, like you use coins or pieces of metal, she'd say.
It'll never catch on.
So, gang, I have one more sending. Do we want to head towards Greystone's Manor to go and find Orange, or do we want to send him a sending and tell him his wife needs him back at home?
Well, he might not come if he's gambling and drinking.
Yeah,
True.
that's what I was.
I think we
said
got to
he-
go get him. Hello. Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to go to Greystones at some point anyway, so it looks like that's our next stop on our destination.
All right. I think it's halfway between us and the lemon field, or roughly. I'm not positive of that. Don't quote me on that.
It's past the mine, actually. So you leave town, you go east. You leave town, basically from the west.
Well, you know, I changed my mind. Maybe we should send Orange the message and then take a long rest and just stay at the tavern. You know, tell Orange to meet us at the tavern, and then take a long rest so we can recover our spell slots for the sending. And then if he doesn't come, we'll go.
So then I turn to his wife. I say, okay. And I turn to his wife and I ask his wife, if we were to send him a message to get him back to town, what would guarantee him coming home? Or at least coming to this tavern so we could chat?
He's a simple drunk. Free liquor.
Free liquor. Okay.
He's like the equivalent of what's his name from the Trailer Park Boys. He's the old guy.
Leahy.
Jim Leahy.
I am the liquor, Randy.
But drinky poo.
Yep.
So I'll use my last sending on Orange, and I will make it a bardic advertisement.
Oh, good God.
Nice.
Tonight only. Liquor, liquor, liquor.
Reminds me of like the Demon Knight thing when they did it to that old drunk guy or whatever, where he had all the naked ladies and stuff like that. Like basically that's what it's gonna be.
That's right. That's right.
The cans of beer.
You out here selling your body for cheeseburgers again, Randy?
Oh my God. You get a very what is it? Inebriated and excited response. I'm on my way. I just gotta beat the hell out of these two guys first.
Well, he says he's on his way, but he may come in injured. I guess we'll find out. He's in a fight
With two guys.
with two other guys. And then
His
I
wife
go to bed.
His wife just rolls her eyes. Oh God.
So what could we barter for drinks that aren't going to kill us?
Oh, well, here, you can borrow my mug, I say as I head up for a room. I want to
Well,
get
the
some 8
bartender would
hours.
say you've recovered two of the fountain gemstones or whatever. You're even if you had something to barter, it's unnecessary. Anything you could want is free. Anyone in town that knows what you've done will give you anything you ask for.
Oh, we want poison sheaths for daggers and swords. No?
I want drinks that aren't going to leave me on the floor.
The tavern owner would kind of look at you confused. He'd say, "Our kind doesn't really use that. Maybe the Lorekeeper Society would have something like that, being they do spy stuff.
Good to know.
I am going to walk over to the temple. I'm just going to excuse myself and just be like, hey, I'll be back in just a minute, and walk over to the temple.
I'm gonna pull up a booster seat and order an ale.
You don't need a booster seat. Everything's your size in here, buddy.
All right, it's because the nerds are small.
Aww.
Yay! I'm gonna order an ale.
It's Ingo and El Reina that are having problems. They gotta either sit on the floor like crisscross applesauce or like, hunch over like with their knees up to their neck, basically sitting in one of the little chairs. All right, so if you want to go to the temple, remember the priest is actually already here, the old guy.
I'm just looking for something quiet and kind of consecrated.
She wants to do some prayers or rituals or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then
So
you go do it in your room or
I kind of want it to be protected in case something bad happens.
okay. Do you have religion?
No, it's not. I have a foreign religion, actually. Holy shit, I didn't even know that.
No, I mean the skill. Like, do you have the religion skill? Well, I suppose everybody technically has it, but before you go and do that, I would maybe you'd want to talk to Toadstool, Lelathian, or Salazar, being they have like know-how about religion.
I actually have a +6 to religion too,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's int based, and I have a ridiculous int.
I'm able to do everything, but I'm real bad.
It's gonna be like just purely instinctual, like kind of like a fighter's, like a warrior's instinct. There's just something that's been like holding on to that.
Oh, the reason I was telling you that is just so you could do it right. But if you're just gonna do it for the sake of doing it, that's fine too. So.
I'm gonna say your character's.
Yeah, like just an instinctual action.
I mean, you could go up to one of the rooms they're going to give you to sleep in and go pray in there, too. It doesn't matter. Unless you want to go to the church, that's fine.
I didn't know we had... actually, I should, just in case something bad happens. I don't want it to, like, kill everybody here.
Well, you can burn the inn down like Diablo 2.
I miss Diablo 2.
I'll just use one of the rooms. That's actually fine.
Okay, so what are you saying then?
Yeah. I am going to hold that, like, the amulet thing that she gave me.
Yeah, the holy symbol, the draw holy symbol.
Yeah. And just be like, I'm not a spiritual person, but I've just have this feeling. I feel stuck and I don't know which way I need to proceed. I need guidance. And just
Oh,
see
the
what she
closest
said.
thing would be like what Toadstool did, that spell. What? Oh, I'm trying to remember what that was called. Because there was like a 1d8 you rolled.
Toadstool?
Yeah, there's a clerical spell where you ask your god what to do, and there's like a 1d8 kind of thing.
Talking about wheel or woe?
Yeah, there we go.
That's the basic version of basic precognition. You do wheel or woe, and your god tells you whether that your thing you're asking them about is good, bad, or so-so.
Oh, well, then I'm going to have to get more advanced than that.
They do have higher level spells that do more than that, but that's the last thing I remember him doing like that was a wheel or woe.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give her more than that, though. So you'll get, not to plagiarize Diablo 2, I think it was Diablo 2, where it's like east, always east. Yeah, it was. Where the end thing happens, you get like visions of you being in multiple dimensions at once, like wearing different outfits and kind of like a mix of the movie Soldier too, where you're going to different places and you're just witnessing like the Drow completely decimate entire worlds. And like you're just watching it all and you're actually feeling your humanity stripped away as more and more go on, and you're actually starting to like enjoy watching the carnage just ensue.
Oh snap!
Because it's basically for the betterment of you're starting to feel like a kinship with the drow, like they're your people.
Ingo
Like you're
starts growing a mustache, and now we have Dark Ingo.
yeah. No, like you're closer to
Oh,
your
yeah.
drow side than
It's
your
Gold
human
Hair,
side, so to
he's
speak.
the Dark Ingo Super Saiyan.
Sorry?
Super Saiyan. Oh yeah, Dark Ingo Super Saiyan or whatever.
Yeah.
We have Ingo from the Dark Universe. They all have mustaches.
Well, and as you're seeing more of these events transpire, you're actually each time you're taking more of a direct hand in it. Like people are starting to come to you about halfway through for advice on like what should be done. And you're watching your people die at the same time, but every time like one of the commanding officers dies, you move up ranks or get a little more power.
So is this happening? This is different realities. This isn't happening in our reality, right?
No, you're getting like visions, like it's timestamps. It's not currently happening, but it's like it's what could happen.
Gotcha.
Like it's basically like a timeline of like you're getting visions of like what's about to happen.
Do I see any of my group at all in any of these visions?
I would say sure. I mean, you're if you think about that, the first one you'd see is as you go through the left portal, you actually it's like a black world with like magma and or blood running down like mountains and stuff like that, and you're seeing like hordes of demons and devils like fighting each other as the drow just pour through and start killing both sides. And like a few of your group members would be there.
And they're fighting on the
Well, being that's the first vision, they would just be standing behind you, like watching it.
okay.
Like it's kind of like you guys all went through that portal and were like, "What the fuck?" And you're watching basically the Drow attack like the Chaos Army, so to speak. The Chaos Army from like 40K.
Jeez.
It'll
Okay.
And like I said, and as you go to the portals from left to right, like each one, you become like a. It seems like people are asking you more for advice. And you're also watching your skin turn darker as well.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So this is just basically, I'm guessing what she wants she wants this to happen. The
Well, the
spider
gist of what
goddess.
you're getting is, well, you're not getting an answer. You're just getting visions.
Okay.
Like no one's actually talking to you. You're just getting like visions of like the future of what's going to play out, or what could play out.
Okay.
Prognostication.
Yep. During this time, is anybody
Cool.
else doing anything they want?
I'm just drinking my ale.
Okay.
Sleeping.
Okay, sleeping. You and the bartender are becoming pretty good friends. Rig
Joseephine's
Zolty.
character.
Nice.
That long
Is
rest-
Alrina also drinking with me?
Yeah.
You guys are learning Mixology 101 right now. Darius, what are you doing?
So is the bartender like doing the crazy flips and shit that I was doing earlier?
Yeah, I mean, he'd be doing probably not as fancy being he's a little older than you. I'm sorry, Darius, what do you want to do during this time? Must have wandered off. All right, I'm thinking this is probably a good place to stop.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
That's part of why I wanted to go to the tavern. What is this like? Yeah, that's a good spot for us all to meet up with Toad next time. Well, no, wait, he's going to be missing a couple
We'll be
weeks.
here next week. Yeah, we're toadless for another week. He'll be
Yeah.
on the road. But from here, we can go mess with Orange and see what that leads to. And
We see if Orange comes back or if he gets beaten up by two guys.
yeah, I figure.
But we can rest, recover those messages, and message him in the morning if he doesn't come.
Yep.
Not to mention, you find a random drow person that just happened to follow your party.
Yep. Well, hopefully Darius gets better or whatever, so he's not so sick next week as well. All right, but I'm killing the stream, and we'll see you next week, everyone.
Cool.
Alrighty.